With Veterans Day on the horizon, I want to take this time to say thank you for your service. Many military members may come to a point at this time of the year when they are celebrating the birthday of their organization's beginning. The Marine Corps birthday is celebrated around the time of Veterans Day. At this time, when I was in the military, they would usually give us, for lack of a better word, a weekend pass. Usually you would get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, Monday would be the holiday. Then you would come back Tuesday. During this time, I do stress, please be careful. So, as I tell my stories and relate what happened to me, hopefully it's to share, and for you to share to help others as they maneuver with their time in the nation's service. It's a great experience, and it's an opportunity for young people to explore, but again, ultimately give back to their country. So, my experience when I joined the military, I came from a humble background, living in Brooklyn, not necessarily grew up in the projects, but my grandma, who basically raised me, was in the projects, and my mom rented apartments from people who lived in brownstones. We would rent apartments in Brooklyn. So that's a small part of my story of where I was raised and where I came from. That experience obviously is different and a whole new world compared to what I experienced when I joined the military. So, of course, growing up in a large city, you have many experiences with opportunities that make you more vigilant and, of course, to be careful and to be aware of situations that may be, of course, dangerous but harmful or not beneficial to you. So, when I joined the military, of course, I had this mindset. But myself, I always the person that looks on I don't want to say the bright side, but yeah, the cup is half full and I always look on the bright side. And no matter what situation, I will not complain. That's my outlook on life. I think of course, yes, also being raised in the church, I think has something to do with it. You have to be grateful for the good times, not necessarily for the bad times, but be grateful that you are here to experience that and that you can move on and learn from it. Every experience is an opportunity to learn. So, on one occasion, when I had an opportunity to have a weekend pass for the military, and my stories are they jump around. They're not in consent. In they're not in order, consecutive order. They jump around. So this story that I'm telling right now occurred when basically it was my last year in the military. I had a 4-year term, and this is going to be my last year. It jumps around a lot because my first story that I told was the beginning. And it was explaining, my situation as a young lady, unmarried, and joining the military. Fast forward here, I am married, not yet, I did not have I was not pregnant with my first daughter yet, but I was married, and my husband was stationed at a different base, and I was stationed at my last base. And this came upon an opportunity. Again, we received a weekend pass, and there was a fellow Marine who was a friend of mine. And this is a cautionary tale for females. Of course, I don't want to say we want to be, because it's a cliche. And it's definitely not what I was trying to do. But I do see a lot of women that do try to do this, but that was not the case with me. I was not trying to garner favor or say, oh, this person likes me, or I'll help this person and do a favor for them so that they'll like me. That's not what I was doing. I genuinely like this person as a friend. And that's all. It may be hard to believe, there was nothing else. We would, I guess why I felt akin to this person is because when I joined the military, I was a little bit older. So most people that join are usually 18 or 19 straight out of high school. I have been to college, I've had some experiences. So I was 24 when I joined. At this time, I was about 27. And this person was the same as me. We were the same age, we joined at the same time. So we were basically a little bit older. Someone that joined the military a little bit older. Now there were people who joined that were older than me. When I joined, I was 24. There were some other people that were my age, and there was about, I think there was one woman that was 32, and another one, I think she was 36. I'm not sure. Maybe she was 34, but I know there was one that was 32, and maybe the other one was 34. So there was two people older than me. There was somebody my age, but the majority of everyone else is usually, between 18 and 19. So I guess I felt akin to this person. We had, been through our career. We were both at the stage when we were going to leave.